Hello, my name is Kainson Mounonye. I remain the computer engineer, the application developer, and right now I'm going to talk about what I'm reading right now, because I'm reading a book on telecommunication engineering, precisely fundamentals of modern digital modulation techniques. The chapter I'm reading says source coding and decoding. So what is source coding and decoding? I'll make the little explanation of the much I understand from what I'm reading right now. And then in my next videos I'm gonna fine-tune to help you understand exactly what this is all about. So maybe you don't have a background in telecoms, just listen along and maybe you'll catch one or two things I say, but if not, maybe you just go to look at my other videos. I actually gave the basics of telecoms engineering, how to transfer information from one location to another through the telecommunication system. Now in this video I'm going to talk about source coding. I'm not going to go into details of everything about source coding, but I'm just going to explain. As I say, I'm reading a book, and I'm just going to explain the much I understand about source coding. So what is source coding? Source coding means making it digital. So how do you get analog signal and make it digital? It's a process called source coding. So the question now is, what are the stages involved in source coding? I repeat that source coding have to do with making the source signal that is actually analog and making it digital. That's called source coding. So the first aspect of source coding, I think I mentioned it in my previous video is sampling. Sampling has to do with getting the signal, pass it into the sampler, and the sampler takes the signal and modifies the amplitude of the signal into chunks. I would just like to read exactly how it is defined here in this textbook, what sampling is. Okay, just a minute. Okay. Okay. So changing the analog signal into samples. So you have analog signal coming out from a source, you change it into samples, or you are taking samples of the signal at discrete interval of times and producing several samples. And as I said before, you have to sample at a rate that is not less than 2 times the amplitude of the source, at a rate that is not less than 2 times the highest frequency in the source. Okay, that is the rule, and that is called the Nyquist-Shannon principle of theory. So if you sample at this rate, you're sure you are going to get all your signals back when you transfer, or when the signal moves to the receiver. But now I'm going to talk about the next thing after sampling. The next thing that happens is quantization. I'm going to spend some little time on this topic called quantization. And quantization simply means mapping the analog signal. That is quantization, mapping the, just a minute. Changing the amplitude to the closest of 1n allowed values. It's called quantization. So what are we talking about?